Donald Trump was acquitted by the U.S. Senate today in his impeachment trial. And that's not a surprise. But still, there are a lot of Democrats really upset, depressed about it, worried about it. And you need to stop. Again, the fact that he was acquitted in this trial was expected. We know who the Republicans are. We know they don't have a lot of integrity. And they know that they apparently support conspiracy theories, insurrections, violence, racism, and the like. But don't be upset about this. It's not the end game. It never was the end game. I think that more than anything, this impeachment trial, the benefit that was gained from this is an opportunity to have a platform to expose the information that was given. Now, they could have shown Donald Trump saying that, yeah, I want you to go attack the Capitol, and they still wouldn't have convicted him. It's not about the facts. It's not about the trial. It's not about anything. It's about them trying to stick by Donald Trump because they're afraid they're going to lose the votes from the people who still support Donald Trump. But plenty was gained by getting that information out, letting people see it, have it aired out on national television. It may not benefit you this second, but ultimately it will. And didn't you find it interesting that Mitch McConnell voted to not convict Donald Trump, but yet afterwards he gave this talk that basically took Donald Trump down? He admitted that Donald Trump incited these crazed mob going after the U.S. Capitol. He admitted it. He said, yeah, it's absolutely true. And then he laid out the fact that, while impeachment wasn't appropriate for this, that maybe some legal ramifications would. Now, as I said in one of my other videos, there's a plan, there's a method to his madness here. Mitch McConnell does not like Donald Trump. He does not want Donald Trump in the Republican Party. He sees him as a pariah, and he sees him as somebody who is damaging the Republican Party. But he doesn't want to be the one to take him down. So what he does is sets up that legal ramification thing. So in turn, the Democrats have the opportunity and the open door to invoke the 14th Amendment and make it so Donald Trump can't run for office again. Now, the Democrats will certainly do that. But then Mitch McConnell gets what he wants too, and he takes no blame. That's the kind of people we're dealing with. Mitch is gutless. He has no integrity, and you can't trust anything that comes out of his mouth. Now, a lot of people, as I say, are upset that he was not convicted in this trial, even though we never expected it. But don't be upset. Don't be depressed. Don't lose heart, because there's a lot more coming. A lot has been put on hold because of this impeachment trial. The information that came out in this impeachment trial may very well help authorities to investigate and indict Donald Trump down the road. He's got a lot of stuff hanging over his head. He's got the AG in New York. He's got the SDNY. He's got Georgia. He's got the DOJ. He's got maybe the 14th Amendment. He's got banks that won't work with him anymore. And he's got properties that are gushing money. This man is going to pay the price. Don't worry. Just be patient. The fact that he didn't get impeached is just minor. I think most people wanted to see him get impeached because they wanted to make sure he didn't run again in 2024. Well, don't worry about that, because if they invoke the 14th Amendment, that takes care of that. But moreover, I want you to understand, in my mind, I don't see Donald Trump running for office in 2024. First of all, he'll be 78, Joe Biden's age, but he's nowhere in the condition Joe Biden is in. He's going to be run through the mill, and his image and his name and his face is going to be dragged through the mud. He'll no way be in a position to run for office again. And as I told you, Mitch McConnell and the Republicans don't want him back. He's been nothing but trouble. They had to protect him only because they were worried about the people that voted for Donald Trump, not because they like Donald Trump. So they want to get him off the board so these people can start focusing on some other Republican candidate. They don't want Donald Trump back. So if you're worried that he's going to run again in 2024, don't. It's not going to happen. And if he happens to get convicted of something, then he can't run. There's a lot of things happening here, and the fact that he wasn't impeached is not something you need to worry about. Donald Trump will get his due. There's way too much stuff happening that something won't stick. And if nothing did stick, his business, his money is pretty much gone. This guy doesn't have a chance. It's not going to get better for him. He's not going to build power. And people will say to me, well, he's got millions of followers. Yeah, he's got millions of followers. But you have to understand that Republicans are leaving the Republican Party by the tens of thousands all over the country. Donald Trump has already weakened the Republican Party, and this impeachment trial is going to weaken them any more. And besides that, Republican Party doesn't want anything to do with him. He won't have the power. He won't have the ability. He won't have the name, the money, or anything to run in 2024. His life is going to be destroyed financially. It's likely to affect his family. And he's going to have to deal with some of the crimes he's committed. Some are civil, some are criminal. But all of those will take their toll. No one person who is struggling for money is going to be able to handle this. Now, there's one aspect of this to consider, is if he can keep coercing money out of these idiots that continue to follow him, that will give him a certain amount of income. But how long are they going to take that? What's the new thing? March 4th? Now, when March 4th doesn't happen, how much longer are they still going to believe? They've already lost a certain amount. And again, the millions of people that follow Donald Trump account for maybe 30% of the voting public. So not enough to win an election, not enough to have any power. So again, don't worry. It's going to be okay. It doesn't matter that he wasn't impeached. Thanks for joining me on Rational Boomer.